Jade and have fun. No time to wait. Open up your mind with markers, pencils, or paints. Hear what they have made. Savannah, Russel and Jade with a podcast just for you. It's time for Fan Brush. Artists with a lot to say. It's Fan Brush. Listen, it'll make your day.
Hi, Bryce. I like your shirt.
He says he likes your shirt.
Don't question this shit, Bryce. You know better.
He says don't question it. You know better.
Okay, bye. Bye, Harley.
Ruckus is healing from his little surgery poo. He's like in the cone of shame. I don't know if you saw him.
I did not.
We're both in agreement that it makes him like 10% cuter.
Aw.
Pretty cute.
That's adorable. Mm-hmm. Yep, that was me yesterday because I forgot to take my medication around 11 or so. I was just like, I'm extremely hungry and I want a nap.
I think I'm suffering from a vitamin D deficiency because like I never go outside anymore. So, but after this, we're gonna go.
Get him, Harley. Get him. Get him.
Bullshit.
Is it the mailman?
It's the UPS dude. I wonder what that was. I thought I got all my stuff. Been ordering a couple things off of Amazon. I'm trying to redo some of the house because we've got our couch coming, but it's been delayed. Dude, it's been like 6 months since we ordered it.
Did you order it off of Wish?
No, we actually got it at Z Gallery, which is kind of like this fancier furniture store.
Mm-hmm.
But like the dude said that like since everybody's working from home now, a lot of people are buying like new furniture and stuff because they're trying to make their home like comfy since they're having to stay at home all the time. At least it's like what he said whenever we ordered it.
Oh.
So they had originally told us it was going to be like end of August. And like I had the confirmation number. I like logged in and tried to like check status on it, and they were like end of August, and I was like, yeah, that's already passed. And so when I emailed them, they were like, I don't know, November, December. I'm like, oh, okay.
Golly.
Yeah, but after this, we're gonna go to At Home and look and see if we can find some outdoor furniture, see if anything's on sale, because some of the chairs that we had out there, they've just like disintegrated and we had to throw them away. So there's really no seating around the fire pit except for like those really uncomfortable IKEA chairs, which we've had for like 10 years but are somehow still around. But the other chairs we bought are like falling apart. What the heck? I don't know. That's it. So how are things with you?
Good. Did some work this morning. We've got 2 orders going out on Monday. So just kind of finished that stuff up. Just been feeling very meh this week and like wondering why. And like whenever you brought up like you've got a D deficiency and stuff, and I was just like, I haven't really been on my vitamins this week and just been taking my medication. I was like, maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also like I'm not working out as much in the morning anymore or doing my journaling. Like that's just, it's not really happening as much as it should be. So that could be some factors in there. So I think like after this, I might go for a nice long walk. There's about like a 2.5 mile hike up to the valley edge near the house. So I'm thinking about just doing that, putting on some good music and just like trucking. Yeah,
that's another reason we're gonna go shopping after this, because like I just, except for like Wednesday when I go to work, I like don't leave the house anymore. And I want to try to make the backyard more comfy too, because it's just like maybe then I'll spend some time just out there. I mean, backyard's big enough here. I just need to find like a spot. I've always wanted one of those like huge outdoor seating areas, but they're so expensive. Why is everything gotta cost money?
I know. It sucks.
It does suck.
Boo. Where's Jade?
I don't know.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, my vanity came! That's what it was. Yay! I can set it up today.
Sure.
Ooh.
Can you see that? It's got like black roses on it.
Oh, nice.
It's like the goth vanity, like makeup, like setup of my dreams is what I'm trying to do right now.
That's nice.
These are kind of tiny drawers, but it's okay.
It's for makeup.
It's for makeup. Wow, this is really pretty. You gonna put
You're
it together
really
for me?
pretty.
Thanks, babe.
I see the martini.
Martini dog. Ruckus! Jay, did you see Ruckus?
Yeah, I did. Ha ha. Show cone of shame.
Cone of shame.
Cone of shame.
Cone of shame.
Poor dude.
Aw, poor Tang.
He'll be okay. All he does is lay around anyway. I can't tell if he's like, I can't tell if he's upset or not because it's pretty much like he just looks more pathetic because of the cone. But I mean, he's pretty much doing what he always does, just like laying around and everything. So he seems fine. It's probably fine.
Does he still put his head on Bryce's lap with the cone and just be like,
Yeah.
Is
Right
he
now,
running into stuff?
he is. He's like knocking things over all over the place. And he's having trouble. Like when I feed him now, I have to stay with him because like he'll like put his head down with the cone and the cone will get caught in the bowl and then he can't get the food and he'll just keep trying to go down. I'm just like, he's gonna freaking choke himself, like trying to get the food. So I have to like push the plastic back and put the food bowl like underneath it.
oh,
Poor little guy.
Yeah,
that's adorable.
it is adorable. I told him I'm
Yes.
going to keep the cone and just put him on him sometimes when I want to laugh.
I mean, you might as well get good use out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid for it.
yeah.
So what's up? How you been?
Good. How have you been?
Good.
So
Is that good?
enthusiastic.
Was that convincing?
Well, dude, like, I came home last night and I had a couple beers and then I passed out at like 9 o'clock because I'm fucking old. I get like a 3-day weekend. I can stay up late multiple days and I fell out at like 9 o'clock.
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of happened to me last night too. Like at 9 o'clock, I was like, oh, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go to bed.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, low key at like 7:30, I was looking at my phone and being like, can I go to bed now?
Right? Yeah. And then on top of that, I woke up at like 6 this morning. But then like after staying up for a little bit, I went back to sleep and I slept until like 11. It was glorious. The latest I've slept in a long time.
I think that's just being in your 30s because like I can't sleep past like 7 now on my own. If like but I do though because I'm just like, fuck this, I want to sleep in. I'll roll over and try to go back to bed. And I do sometimes, but yeah.
I do whenever the twins aren't home. If the twins are home, I'm usually up at 6:30 because they'll be making noise getting up and like out of their room. And we've got this like little light alarm for them so that whenever it comes on, it's just like, then you can leave your room, which goes off at 7. And at like 6:45, they'll come out and they'll be like, the green light's not coming on. It's just like, please stop. Please go back to bed. Go lay down. Or like I'll hear their door open and from like my bed, I can go, is the green light on? And I'll hear one of them go, oh. So yeah, this morning, like I woke up about like 7:30 because my body just does that. And it just kind of did what Jay did. It was just like, okay, be up for a second, back to bed. And I like slept until now.
That sounds amazing too.
It was so nice just to be like, what time is it?
Well, welcome to the Fan Brush podcast.
Yeah.
We're all very tired today, apparently. My name is Jade and I like art.
My name is Savannah and I also like art.
My name is Russell and I am also tired. And I like art.
Dude, I think, you know what it honestly is? It's like, I feel like it's just the whole week wears me out. And then on Friday, I'm like over it. And then Saturday is just like an extension of just being tired for the entire week. So,
Yeah. I've just been
Something-
tired all week. And like, it's nice to have a couple of days off because literally just all week this week at work, I was just like,
it's also been super busy. I know. So,
yeah.
I say it's been super busy. Like it's done now, but it's not done now. Don't, it's going to keep going.
It's just the calm before the storm at this point. It hasn't been like a very rough week at work, but I just know it's coming. Like I know it's coming. It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's like being on a ship at sea and just like looking over the horizon, being like, look at that storm. Fuck.
Yeah. And like just calmly accepting your fate with
Just
quiet dignity.
Shouldn't you be doing something around the deck? And be like, nah, I'm going to get a tan while I can.
Right. This is it.
Or
So,
what?
I'm super
Yeah.
excited about this week's topic.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
I am moderately excited about it. I'm afraid that I'm gonna be afraid. But
I'm scared of being scared.
that's how ridiculous I am. I know I'm being ridiculous, but I am. Like, mine's very mild, and I know you guys are gonna be like they're gonna be super intense. I have a feeling. So, yeah.
You know, I'm actually kind of bummed because like mine, it's both longer than I expected, but it's also shorter than I expected as well. So it's
Same.
yeah, like so, but it's a really good topic and I'm really excited about it. I can't remember what all you guys were doing on
Good.
this. I can't remember anything about what you guys said you were going to research. I'm excited to hear what you guys brought to the table.
So,
Really
I brought
so
mashed potatoes.
I guess we should say what we're talking about.
Arts and
Right.
creativity. Welcome to the Fan Brush Podcast.
So this week we are talking about haunted art. That is the topic to continue the spooky season episodes for the Fan Brush Podcast. So we all researched something different. Apparently nobody remembers what the other one researched. So we're all going to be surprised.
Sorry, I'm distracted by Gaz using the litter box behind you. Just like I saw her butt go in and her tail and then her head poke out, and I was just like, "Aw."
Disappeared. So who wants
Jump scare, cat.
Fucking jump scares.
Fuck jump scares. Jump scares are so cheap. Anyway, yeah. Who is going first?
Who wants to go first?
Well, you know, I'll go first.
Oh.
Jake goes first.
Jake goes first. Yeah, give Russell a break for once. Because poor Russell always goes first.
Yes.
Okay, the painting that I picked is a painting that got a lot of traction in like the early 2000s, but its history goes back a little bit farther than I thought that it did. Because when I originally heard about this painting, it was in the early 2000s because I had just gotten into like, you know, paranormal stuff. And like, so I was like, you know, doing deep dives on all these websites about like haunted items and stuff. And it was actually the same website that I found out about this painting that I found out about the Dybbuk box. But we're not here to talk about the Dybbuk box.
What's the Dybbuk box?
We'll save it for another episode because that is a whole other thing. That is a whole other thing. I just remember finding these both on the same website. So
you're gonna make me research that right before bed because that's probably whenever I'm gonna remember it, and then I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, dude, there's like a movie based on the Dybbuk box, like a horror movie.
Hellraiser?
No, it's not Hellraiser. I think it's called like The Possession or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Dybbuk box, maybe next time. First of all, I'm gonna shout out my sources for this particular bit of information, and that's going to be the Daily Dot and the Lineup. They're both great websites, and they've got a lot of really interesting articles on both of them. But luckily, between the two of them, I've mapped out a very interesting story about this painting. So the name of the painting is called The Hands Resist Him, and it is also known as the Haunted eBay Painting.
Gosh, that title.
Yes.
Just because I know what the painting looks like.
Yes.
Then, like,
we'll have to throw it up on the Instagram page because it's super creepy. So, yes. So, The Hands Resist Him. It was painted by a guy named William Stoneham, who I'm going to refer to as Bill because that was how he went. So, in 1972, Bill Stoneham, he was living with his wife, and he was under contract with a gallery owner by the name of Charles Feingarten. Stoneham's wife writes this poem called Hands Resist Him. And it's about how Stoneham was adopted and he never knew his biological family, like his siblings and stuff like that. So it was kind of like a tribute to him, you know, just to say she was there for him. So while he was under contract with this Charles Feingarten guy at the gallery, his next deadline was looming. So he started looking for new ideas on what he should paint.
Yeah.
So he becomes inspired by his wife's poem, and he references this picture of himself at 5 years old. And so he kind of combines the title of his wife's poem and that childhood photograph of himself into this painting. He finished it in 1974 and was paid $200 for his efforts.
Big money.
Yeah. Yeah. So the contract that he was in, he was getting $200 a painting.
That doesn't seem like a lot, but...
Well, I mean, this was in the 70s, so I don't know
Oh,
what inflation would be.
I was going to say, I wonder what that would be with inflation. According to this, it says that $200 in 1974 equates to $1,054.43 in 2020.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
How did it go up that much? Now I'm sad for us.
I know.
Like,
So, all right.
You gonna pay me $1,000+ for every painting I do? Yes.
Right. Right. So, the year's 1974, 2 years after he got inspiration. And after he finished the painting, this guy, Charles Feingarten, he features the painting in a gallery show.
Ooh.
And at the gallery show is actor John Marley. And John Marley is the guy who was best known for his role in The Godfather. The movie The Godfather. He's the guy who found the horse head in his bed. I don't know if that matters.
Delicious.
Yeah, I forget the name of the character, but yeah. So actor John Marley, he actually buys this painting at the gallery show. At the same gallery show was an art critic by the name of Henry Seldes, and he was the art critic for the Los Angeles Times. And he actually mentioned this painting that was bought by John Marley. He mentioned it in his review of the show. I tried to find a copy of his review online somewhere. Like, I even tried searching like the archives at LA Times or whatever. Could not find it. So unfortunately, it seems to be lost to time. So
that's a bummer.
I was kind of bummed too. Yeah, I was very bummed. 4 years later, 1978, Henry Seldes, the art critic, is found dead in his apartment. And the police had listed it as a suicide, but I found an article in the New York Times from February 28th of that year that said the exact cause of death has not been determined.
Ooh.
Which could mean anything, but I thought it was kind of spooky.
That has some spooky elements to it.
So yeah, Henry Seldes dies. And then on May 26, 1981, Charles Feingarten, the guy who was the gallery owner, he dies. And that was just 7 years after the completion of his contract with Stoneham. So that's two people now in relation to the painting that have died. So 3 years after the death of the first two guys, John Marley, the actor, dies at 76 after receiving open heart surgery. However, he had sold the painting before he died. So who knows? All of that happens. And then the painting just disappears for like 26 years. Like, completely disappears. Nobody's heard from it. Nobody knows who bought it from the actor. So it just completely disappears. It doesn't pop up again until the year 2000, when an eBay auction shows up, and this eBay auction goes viral. So yeah. So this particular eBay listing included a story written by the current owners of the painting. And I have a quote from the original eBay listing, and it says, "When we bought the painting, we thought it was really good art. At the time, we wondered why a seemingly perfect and fine painting would be discarded like that. Today, we don't." In the listing, they claim that one morning their daughter told them that the children in the painting were coming out of the painting at night and were fighting with each other. So the father of this little girl, he sets up a motion camera in her room. And it was in an effort to try and prove to her that there was nothing to be afraid of and that the painting wasn't coming alive.
Pause.
And, okay.
Did the father put that painting in his daughter's room?
Yes.
What the fuck? That painting is creepy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, let's put this like weird, creepy freaking painting in my daughter's room. Yeah, sleep well.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was just like, why would you do that?
No.
That sounds like
no.
a terrible idea.
Yeah, sweet, cool. Oh wait, you're what, 7 years old? Sweet. Let's put up a picture of some slasher films while we're at it. Here's this puzzle box that I can't quite solve. If you solve it, you get a surprise. Here you go. Like, let's unlock the windows too and open them up. Sweet. Some dude with a butcher knife and a mask just escaped from the asylum. Yay.
Yeah. Okay, so right, questionable parenting choices. But trying to be a good dad, he sets up a motion camera in his daughter's room, trying to prove to her that there's nothing, that she's just imagining it, that nothing's happening. Well, apparently, according to this eBay listing, the dad caught footage of the boy crawling out of the painting.
Nope.
Mm.
Burn it.
Yeah. Okay. That's
So
when
yeah,
you put
the
that little
listing-
boy in timeout and be like, no, we do not climb.
Right.
Time out.
We stay in our paintings. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Did you wash your hands?
So the listing concludes with a warning to potential buyers that only those experienced in the supernatural should bid on the painting. Obviously, this eBay listing goes completely viral because what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what the fuck? And so it goes viral, and it was viewed more than 30,000 times in a very short period of time.
Wow. And that's 2000. That's like still like early days of viral activity.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is I think I know for a fact that I didn't go on eBay when that posting was up on eBay, but the website that I had gone to when I read about this particular haunted eBay painting, they had like screenshots of the original eBay listing. So I've read the listing, but it was a long time ago. But yeah, it was screenshots, and by the time I tried to look it up on eBay, it was gone. So well, we're not done yet. After the eBay listing goes viral, visitors to the eBay listing start reporting strange happenings whenever they are viewing the eBay listing. So, according to a claim by somebody who spoke to a paper called the Spokesman Review, a visitor experienced a demonic voice and a hot blast of air while viewing the listing.
Savannah.
Nope. Hell no.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. I just, as soon as you said demonic, Savannah just put up her hands and looked away from the camera. It was just like, no, hands up. We're done. Moving on. But so can you repeat that last little bit, Jade?
What do you mean?
What did the person experience?
Oh, a demonic voice and a hot blast of air while they were looking at a picture of this painting.
So whatever is like attached to this painting is like coming out through the internet just to be like breathing on people. Because like I suspect that Demon's breath is very hot and stuff. So like a demonic hot like neck breather just being like
right.
Sorry, Savannah.
So another reported incident. It includes a viewer who became violently ill looking at the painting or looking at just looking at a picture of it. And then another visitor to this eBay listing says that they experienced blackouts of time and mind control.
Just Jade, just like sass, just like next page. Your smile is great. I'm loving the reactions.
I'm so excited to be telling this story because we're not done yet.
Do you need a break, Savannah?
I'm out of water. Okay, continue.
We're almost done, but there's just a little bit more I have to tell you. So this eBay listing was up for a while, and it was sold to a woman named Kim Smith, and she is still the current owner of the painting. And she got it for $1,000.25. Or I'm sorry, $1,025.
Oh.
Yeah. And so she's had this painting this whole time. she did an interview right after she bought the painting, like maybe a month or two afterward. And she said, nope, nothing's happening. Nope. She said the only strange thing that happened is that people flood her inbox with ways to cleanse her home of evil.
That's hysterical.
And to this day, she still receives emails about the painting.
So did she buy it because she wanted a haunted painting, or did she buy it because she liked the painting?
She just genuinely liked the painting. Like,
That's a creepy
but I
bit.
mean the haunted aspect of it. I mean, if you're an art collector, but you're like, you can like kind of not believe, but just kind of humor the idea,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she still receives emails to this day about the painting and how it's like evil and wanting to know if anything's happened.
Man, she's got to have like an iron like belief system just to be like, it's just a painting, whatever. And like there could be like bleeding walls behind her, and she looks around like behind her, and whatever ghost or demons that's possessing the painting is just kind of like, clean up the mess. She's gonna look. Like, we don't fuck with this bitch.
So, whatever happened to Bill Stoneham, the original artist? Well, he actually managed to kind of capitalize on the fame of his quote-unquote haunted painting.
Ooh.
And because of this, he actually, throughout his life, ended up getting a lot more commissions and stuff for his work.
Yeah.
And he actually just recently, I forget what year, but it's been within like the last 10 years or so, he actually painted a sequel to the painting that's called The Hands Resist Him. And this painting is basically, it's the same painting, but it's the other side of the glass door.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, painting today. So yeah, it's still owned by Kim Smith, and she currently is keeping it in storage at her gallery. In 2016, there was a guy named Darren Kyle O'Neill, and he used the painting as inspiration for a fictional story that he was writing about a serial killer. And so O'Neill, while he was writing this story, he printed off a picture of the Hands Resist Him. He kept it sitting on his desk. Prints off this picture, leaves it sitting on his desk, goes to Italy for a month. Well, while he's in Italy, his air conditioner breaks, and everything in his apartment gets ruined with mold. Everything except the printout of that painting.
Yeah.
The end.
Thanks, I hate it. Gross. Okay.
Do you need a break to go get some water and like?
Yeah. Do you need a break?
Clear the juju, Savannah.
I just want some water.
Your reactions of just being like, nope.
I told you, I don't do possessions, I don't do demons, and I don't do jump scares. Those are the things. I'm gonna for real go grab some water though.
Okay, I'm also gonna go pee.
Well, thanks for that, Jade.
Yeah, nightmare fuel. Woo!
Thanks for sending a picture of that painting to my phone before we started this.
You should look up The Hands Resist Him, because he's done some other creepy ones. There was like one where he, like, I think it's a self-portrait where he's standing next to a doll that's kind of floating and discombobulated a bit. Your face! I love it! Oh my gosh. Maybe one time we could do like a live stream reaction of Savannah watching a horror movie. That would be great.
We'll have her watch The Conjuring.
Have I seen that one? No, I have not. No.
Well,
every few years.
So.
Huh?
It's everything you hate, so.
No thanks. Yeah, every few years I get brave and I pick like a horror movie and I like watch it and then I'm like, yeah, that's why I don't do it.
And I'm done.
Yeah, pretty
much. Fuck this. I'm out. Who's next? Do we want to end on super spooky?
Yeah, like I'll do mine now.
Okay.
as like a palate cleanser, because it's not that scary, but I just think it's neat. So I wanted to do it because I thought it was neat. So I decided to do the Winchester Mystery House.
Yay!
Yeah, I love that house.
Yeah, so it's really pretty, and I didn't know much about it, so I wanted to like research it, because like a couple of years ago there was that movie that came out, like the Winchester. I think it was just called Winchester or whatever, and I never watched it because it looked super scary.
It was okay.
I heard everybody say it was like terrible, like and boring. I don't know. I
It
might
was
go
kind
watch
of
it.
boring.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But I think I don't know, Jade. Is it like the house is killing people or something? Is that what the movie's about?
Honestly, I'm trying to remember what it was about. That's the kind of impression that it left on me. It wasn't the house. I remember being pissed off about that movie because they didn't feature the house more.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, like, super haunted house, like even it, like, that makes me like secondhand angry, and I haven't even like seen the movie and stuff. Like, how can you even follow like Sarah Winchester or even have something about the Winchester house even vaguely without it being like a major component of spooky ooky bullshit?
I mean, don't get me wrong, the house is in the movie, like,
Yeah.
obviously, and they show it being built and stuff, but like they're so focused on this like crazy ass, like totally false, did not happen narrative that it's just like they just did it to make a Hollywood movie about it. They didn't do it to actually tell like the true story of Sarah Winchester and the Winchester ring. So.
Did they just like follow around and just be like, she's a witch?
No, it was more like some specific ghost was like out to get her and he wanted revenge because so they kind of followed the story of Sarah Winchester, which I won't get into because I'm going to leave that up to Savannah. But they detracted enough to where I was just like, this is just garbage. Like, this isn't even you took dollops of truth and then completely went the other way.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hey, cool.
Exactly.
Look at all this truth. Let's discard it and make up some bullshit.
Well, I'll tell you what, the truth is kind of boring. That's why they probably did it. Because like here's the truth. So Sarah Winchester married into the Winchester family, and the Winchester family is the family that kind of created and sold the Winchester repeating rifles, which it's described as the gun that won the West. It's like a rifle, and I guess the thing that made it unique was it was like one of the first guns where you could like shoot repeatedly without having to reload. Also, the thing I found out about it was like the thing that was neat was like it used the same ammo as their revolvers, so you could just carry one type of ammo for your rifle and your revolver, so it made it like super efficient for killing things. So Sarah marries into this family. She and her husband have a daughter named Annie, but unfortunately Annie dies after about 6 weeks from some kind of like terrible rare disease that like basically makes you super malnourished until you die. And so her baby dies like a terrible death, and then like sometime later her husband dies from tuberculosis, which is also kind of a terrible death.
Ooh.
I feel like so after her husband's death she goes to see a medium, and I think she was trying to like communicate with him or something, but the medium claims to be channeling her husband and tells her that her inheritance is cursed because it's like blood money, and that like she's going to be haunted by all the spirits of people who have been killed by the gun. And she tells, or I think it was like dude, he like tells her to go, she's got to go out west and build a house and never stop building this house, and if she stops building the house she will die. And like this is all like legend and hearsay and stuff, and some people say it was just she was sad and she was living in Connecticut and she was sad and she wanted to change of scene, so she decided to go out west and have a house there, just to like get away from all of her sadness. So those are the two stories of why she did it. But she purchased a farmhouse in 1884 in the Santa Clara Valley. It was like unfinished, so she started building on it, and she like had construction going on the house like 24 hours a day for I think they said like 38 years, like non-stop, which is crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
And there was like no plan for the construction. It was just like she would meet with like the head builder or whatever like every day in the morning and just like go over their plans, and she would like make changes and stuff, and then like it was just like every day, like that was her routine. And it didn't stop until she actually died. Like that was when it stopped. And there's like legends that say that when the workers heard that she had passed away, the construction stopped so like suddenly, like nails were like left half hammered into walls and stuff like that. Like, they
What?
just like put their tools down and like walked away. Yeah.
Wow.
So because of like no plans and stuff like that, there's a lot of like weirdness to the house. Like there's like dead ends, there's like doors that open up into like walls, there's like a door on the second floor that opens up into like air, like it goes nowhere. There's
Fun.
like skylights that are built into the second floor instead of the actual like roof. There's stained glass windows that are meant to have like sun going through them so you can see like all the prettiness from the stained glass, but they're like inside, so no like sunlight ever passes through them. She was also like super superstitious, and she was obsessed with like the number 13. So there's a lot of like repeating elements of 13 in the house. Like there's a lot of windows that have like 13 panes. There's like 13 stones, or there'll be like 13 of something like all over the house. You see like 13 like repeated like all over the place,
Fun.
which is really cool. And you know, I love 13 too, so I'm just like, yes, I like this, I approve of this plan. Legend has it that she like slept in a different room every night to like stay away from the ghosts. Like it was her way of like trying to trick them, and she had like a bunch of like rooms to choose from. Like she would just be somewhere new every night, which I thought was crazy. So, okay, so like I want to go into like the art of the house, because it's like a really pretty house. Like it looks like some kind of like fairy tale, like gingerbread house from like the outside. It's like so pretty. The architecture is American Queen Anne, which has features of like columns, turrets, and like that like shingles that she used and stuff. So like it's actually got a style. And then on the inside, it's decorated in the aesthetic movement style, which is defined by like that theory of that style was like everything should be beautiful. So like everyday objects like doorknobs, hinges, like stuff that usually wouldn't be like decorated was like decorated, like with like
I love that.
Yes, I do too. So like they used a lot of like natural objects for decoration, like leaves, flowers. Japan was like a hot subject right then, because I think I want to say in the 1880s Japan was just starting to open like its borders again to people, so I think people were starting to see that kind of like art and stuff. So there's a lot of like Japanese influence in the house as well. It's just super ornate, like rich woods, like anything that was like anything. And the thing is, she was like super rich, so anything she saw that she wanted, that she thought was beautiful, she could just put it in her house. Like she's got all these like textured wallpapers that were really expensive at the time, all of these like parquet wood floors, all these different types of woods, all these like ornate tiles and stuff. Like the house is like so beautiful. So I've got like actual like facts on it, not just from my memory. So it was 5.5 million to build, and according to the inflation calculator, it's more than 80 million.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the final size of the house, like right now, it's 24,000 square feet. It's got 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 160 rooms that they know about, because because they actually found a room not that long ago, like I think in 2016.
What?
Yeah, I'll get into that in a second. 47 stairways and fireplaces, 17 chimneys, 13 bathrooms, and 6 kitchens. Six kitchens. Yeah.
Wow.
So like at one point the house was actually 7 stories tall, but in 1906 there was an earthquake that actually like toppled some of the upper stories. And actually, Sarah was trapped after the earthquake. Sarah was trapped in a room for a little bit until her workers could get her out. And she, like, according to the legend, because I don't know if it's written down anywhere, she like thought that the spirits were mad at her for concentrating too much on like the front end of the house. So she boarded up a portion of the house and like didn't work on it anymore and started like building out instead of up. And that it's the room that they just opened up, I think in like 2016. They like found it and opened it back up. And now it's like part of the tour or whatever. Yeah, so because you can actually go now, you can like pay to take like walking tours of the house. And I think you can even maybe like arrange to stay overnight in the house.
Oh, yes.
Can we do that? Can all three of us go do that whenever the plague is done? All three of us get together, pull some money, and we just stay there and like draw all night.
No.
Boo.
You would at least do a walking tour.
I would do the walking tour. Like during the day I would, but
I'll stay there.
Because like the house is so pretty and like the hauntings are kind of rare from what like the stories that I could find and stuff. So I'm sure it'd be okay.
They usually are.
Yeah. But and it like I'm more curious about the house and I'm curious enough about the house and everything in it that I would want to go. There's also oh no, I apologize. That was not the room they found. I think they opened it up, but I think the room they found was actually what they refer to as the seance room, which is this weird room in the middle of the house. And it has like one entrance and 3 exits. And there's like a ledge and like the exits and stuff are hidden. Like you have to go through like hidden doors to like get out of it. And there's like a legend that says that she would go there every night to commune with the spirits and ask them what they wanted her to do at the house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be her inspiration for like building. Part of the legend is that she would take this really particular path to get to the room every night. And it was really zigzaggy and crazy. And it included like crawling through a window at one point. Yeah. And like the theory was like she was trying to shake off like ghosts that might have been following her to that particular room. I don't know. That's just some of the legend that I found. I don't know how much of that's true. I don't even know how much of like that communing with the spirits seance stuff is true, because some people say that it's not true at all, but some people say that's what that room is.
I'm gonna go talk to Ghost while I juke these other ones that have been living in my house for the past 30 years or something. Like, watch me just like football roll out of the way and just be like, "Nah, bitch, you ain't touching this shit," until I get to that room and then we can talk.
See, that's what makes it hard to believe, because she was like 4 foot something.
Right? It's like I'm going to crawl through a window to avoid spirits and then both simultaneously lock myself in a room to talk to spirits.
Yeah, it's strange. It's very strange. I mean, the room, okay, all of the legends aside, it's like, what the hell did she use that room for then? Because it's very strange. It's like 1 door in, 3 hidden doors out. One of the doors out like leads to a closet in another room. It's very strange.
Maybe she just wanted to be like the hide and seek champion of 1906.
Right? Or maybe that's like the 1880s version of a troll.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll get into the hauntings, because like there are like people, it's haunted. They say it's haunted. Some of the ghosts that have been seen, there's one in particular that a lot of people have said they've seen repeatedly, is a guy with like dark hair pushing a wheelbarrow. So maybe like one of the workers that worked on the house back in the day. There's also a story of somebody like working on a ladder before the house was open for tours for the day, and he said he felt somebody like tapping him on the shoulder, but when he looked, nobody was there. And then he felt somebody like pressing a hand up to his back, and then he was like, he noped right out of the room, but like there was nobody else in the room. And then that room where Sarah was trapped, so they just opened it up for tours not that long ago, and there's a story about a tour guide who was was in that room for part of the tour and was having everybody like come close so she could like tell the story about how Sarah got trapped in the room. And she said that she heard like a really loud sigh like out in the hallway, and she thought that maybe like somebody had gotten lost on the tour or like wasn't with the group, so she went out to the hallway to like check on them, and she didn't see anybody, but she saw like somebody like go around the corner. So she went to follow the person around the corner, and nobody was there. And then she heard like another sigh. And so there's like a theory that it's Sarah, and she's like kind of upset that they opened up that room because before it was closed and she could just hang out there. And now they're like fucking her room, which I thought was kind of sad. I'm just leave her alone. Let her hang out.
She's just an introvert. She's trying to get away from people and ghosts.
Right? Maybe that's why I relate. I'm just like, just let her like recharge her batteries or whatever. She can't be social all the time. Yeah, but that's what I found on Winchester Mystery House. It's haunted. They say the 3rd story is like the most haunted, and maybe Sarah's still in there. I don't know. But like, it's all of that aside, it's a beautiful fucking house.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
so beautiful.
You can tell she just poured oodles and oodles of money into it. Like, yeah. So I would go see it just because it's so pretty.
Yeah, I would definitely at least be down. Like now, I'm with Russell. I would stay the night because I'm that guy. But at the very least, it's definitely on a bucket list for me to like go check it out and at least do a day tour of something.
Yes.
Y'all can stay there. I'm gonna be checking into like a fancy hotel down the street or something.
That in the Rose Red Manor.
Right.
Yep.
Do you know about the Rose Red Manor?
Nope.
Ooh, that's another spooky house. That's very beautifully done. That like the another tale of like the wife just continuously building on shit. And like I think there's one room where it was built upside down and it was made to be a troll joke to her husband because he would work so much and stuff. And it was supposed to be his office, but all of the office shit's like on the ceiling and the chandeliers are on the floor and stuff. She's like, there you go. You can work from home now.
That's some petty wife bullshit, and I love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Amazing. Good job, Savannah.
Thanks.
So if you had that kind of money that Sarah Winchester had, would you build a house like that and just be like, let's go crazy?
I would definitely build an awesome house, but I would stop at some point, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I would want that many rooms. Like that's just, I mean, even just thinking about the amount of like servants I would need to clean those rooms, because I ain't gonna clean those.
Well, let me put it this way. I also don't want 24-hour construction. Can you imagine how loud it was in there? Like banging around, sawing and hammering and shit.
That's all in the West Wing. You live in the East Wing. You'd be like, you work on the West Wing and stuff. Like, cool. Once that gets done, y'all go work on the North Wing. I'll be in the South Wing. I've got 3 kitchens over there. Fuck you. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't get the need for like that many kitchens. I mean, I guess if like it would make sense because the house is so big that you would need one at like either end of the house, so you didn't have to like traipse through like an entire obstacle course just to get, a glass of milk.
An obstacle course that's a 1/4 mile long. Be like, oh fuck.
Right? This goddamn staircase doesn't go anywhere.
I just want my hot pocket.
See what that sucked too? Like, I'm sorry, like living in a big ass house, like come on, like I just get tired of walking around.
You turn the corner and there's a minotaur there. Get it? Because it's a labyrinth.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, go me.
All right, Russell, your turn. What you got?
Speaking of you.
Huh?
Speaking of you.
Speaking of me, pay attention to me. Love me, adore me. Yikes. And also kind of in that vein of love me, adore me. I'm talking about Annabelle.
Ooh, yay! Okay.
I like the 2 different reactions of Jade just being like, woo! And Savannah making that face of, no.
I don't know much. I just remember when the movie came out and how like go to movies and they put trailers in front of them and you don't get to pick what fucking trailers are. And then at a certain time of year, they're all going to be horror movie trailers no matter what movie you go to see.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I saw the fucking trailer for Annabelle. And I was like, fuck that. No. So that's all I know about what you're about to say. But it's enough for me to be like, no.
She's like already putting on her protective blanket.
No. I'm upset.
Get your black cat so that it can look at the oh, yeah, definitely. Go get your black cat.
Nope.
So, Annabelle, contrary to the movies, is a Raggedy Ann doll. Because in the movies, she's like this porcelain doll and she's all antique and shit. And that's a bunch of bullshit. Because in the early 1970s, there's this nursing student that recently graduates and is turning 28 named Donna. And her mom supposedly gets her this antique Annabelle doll. Or Raggedy Ann doll. Not an Annabelle doll. We'll get to that. Gets her this Raggedy Ann doll. Is just like, here you go. And it is kind of like a graduation present, just kind of like, you'll always be my baby girl kind of thing. And sweet mother-daughter relationship stuff. And at the time, she has a roommate named Angie. And so Donna loves the doll. And so she puts it on her bed and everything. And her and Angie are just like, it's so cute. It's great decorations. I'm always going to be mama's little girl. But over the next bit of time, like the doll slightly moves, like an arm moves or a leg moves or its head's just kind of like gravity. It, stuff happens. Maybe you bump the thing. Maybe they had a cat. I don't know. There's no reports of them having. Anyway, so, but then it's What?
Oh, just just that, like, oh, by the way, there's no animals, so
Yeah, well, like either that or just gravity is just kind of like maybe they set it up weird.
yeah, I
whatever.
mean, it could be anything.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a little move or something. Oh no, she fell off the bed. Put her back up.
I can't tell you how many times I've like put something on a shelf and been just like, stay, like, and then it just falls over.
Don't move. Don't move. Why would you?
Why you gotta break my heart?
Why you gotta do that? And just look it out on the floor and be like, now you're just staying there, bitch. You chose to be on the floor. You stay there. Stay. But the thing, so there's rumor that this Raggedy Ann doll is an antique, but there's also a few people have done research on the doll, and the doll that like the certain dress and stuff that she has was not made before 1970. So like it could just be like a secondhand shop, just like a little girl was just like, I want a doll, and then got this Raggedy Ann doll, and she's like, not this one. So as time moves on, the doll starts moving more and more. So instead of it staying in the bedroom, they'd come home after working at the hospital, and she'd be sitting on the couch. Or
Ooh.
yeah, like there was one time like Donna and Angie came home, and the doll sitting on it in the hallway with its arms and legs crossed. There was another time that like this would happen all the time. She'd just like shut the door, put Annabelle in her room, shut the door, leave, go to work, come back, and Annabelle is kneeling on a chair in the kitchen. And
it's gonna be okay, Savannah. This is the last story.
This has already gone on. This has already gone way too long. This bitch should have burned this doll like as soon as she found on the fucking couch. I don't understand why she keeps. Oh my god! Oh Annabelle! Oh yeah! Oh you poor dear! You're out in the living room. What the hell? Let me just put you back so you can do it again.
Did you go for a midday
doll.
jog? Did you want to nap on the couch?
Right, you crazy doll! You don't belong here.
You.
Did you get tuckered out cleaning the house for us? Well, thank you. We're gonna put you back on the bed.
No. Fuck no.
Savannah's so mad.
But why is she like letting this, like, I don't care if your mom got it for you, like she doesn't need to know. You can go buy another one, a non-haunted one. They've fucking sold those things up until my childhood. I think I had a Raggedy Ann doll at one point. I know I went as Raggedy Ann for Halloween at 1 year. So they were still a thing.
Do you remember the Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy movie?
No.
Yes.
That movie was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, just in general, I think those dolls creep me out both because of this story and because of that movie. Like, I can't.
I remember being in like daycare or something and catching like bits and pieces of that movie and me being like, why are we watching adult scary movies? And why is it animated? What the heck? And like, I was absolutely terrified. And I was like, why is this happening? And I think in the daycare, there was a Raggedy Ann and Andy doll there. And after watching that movie, I would go into that room and look and just be like, nope, I don't want to be in this room. Be like, Russell, we're playing in this room. And they sit at the opposite corner watching those dolls being, no.
I saw it when I was a kid. And I just grabbed it from Blockbuster because, you know, I was a kid, like, whatever. I mean, what do you watch as a kid? So I grabbed it, watched it, and immediately it was just like, this was a mistake.
Absolutely.
Like, at the tender age of, like, 6, I was like, this was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think I finished the movie because I was so freaked out by it.
See, I'm one of those people that dolls have always freaked me out. Like, I never had dolls when I was a kid. Like, people would try to get them for me, and I would be like, I would put them in the closet or something. Like, I was like, I don't want these things. Like, stop giving me them. They suck. They're scary as shit.
Like, action figures, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem with it. Pop figures, action figures, like, all that, not a problem. Barbies, not a problem. Maybe kind of a problem. But straight up, like, porcelain dolls, no, they're probably evil.
No, you know what I didn't like? I didn't like baby dolls. Like, you know, like the little like like back in like the 80s, they had this one doll, and I can't remember her fucking name, but she used to pee her pants. Like that was her big deal.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? And then it was like, ooh, she baby wet herself, and that's so cute. Now we get to change. I was like, how is this fucking cute? Like this isn't fun. This isn't fun, happy time. Let's change the baby. And she's sitting there staring at you with her dead eyes. Like, no. Fuck no. Okay, I'm sorry. I've got hang-ups.
All right. So,
going.
all right, Annabelle.
But you're not off, Savannah, because Angie's fiance, Lou, does not like the doll.
That's because Lou knows what's up.
Right?
Yeah.
Lou sounds great.
Lou for president.
So, like, the doll starts moving more, and they try to recreate some of the positions that they find the doll in, and, like, they can't do it. Another time, they walk into the kitchen, and the doll is standing up next to a chair. Savannah.
Okay, if you can excuse everything else that has happened, that doll moving around the living room and everything, how the fuck can you excuse that away? Please tell me that is the last straw.
No.
Oh, God. Okay.
There's more. Like, we're going to get to the last straw. So,
God. Okay.
At one point, they're just like, this is kind of strange. And then they start finding notes around the house that is scribbled in child's handwriting saying, help us, or help Lou.
Oh, calling Lou out.
Yeah. Though there is nothing wrong with Lou. And the parchment paper that the notes are scribbled on is paper that's not found in the apartment that Angie and Donna did not buy. Stationery that they probably wouldn't even buy. And they're just like, what the hell? And it's in neither of their handwriting. It's a little girl's handwriting. And they're just like, okay, weird.
I like how now it's just like the time where they're like, oh, weird.
Well, this is slightly strange. What's happening here? Okay, Donna, get your shit together.
Like, okay, bitch, this has been escalating quickly. Like, you're just choosing to deny it. Like, ugh.
Yeah. So this kind of goes on, and at one point, Donna leaves for work and puts the doll on the couch. She's just like, you're going on the couch. You're not staying in my room anymore. No. And she goes to work. She comes back. The door to her room is closed, and she opens it, and Annabelle's face down on the floor. No, not Annabelle. The doll. Annabelle, whatever, is face down on the floor. And as she goes to pick it up and stuff, there's this overwhelming feeling of dread, hatred, and just disgust as she picks up the doll. And as she picks it up, there's blood on the chest of the doll and on its hand.
Yeah, it's time to get rid of the demon doll.
She doesn't get rid of it. She calls a medium, and they hold a seance in her apartment.
Worst idea.
Yes, Savannah.
Where is this girl? Like, what?
Connecticut.
Connecticut, man. Stay out of Connecticut.
I was talking to that attorney that one time, and I was just like, man, you know what I'll say about all of your houses in Connecticut? They all look like the movie The Conjuring. They all look like that house. And he was just like, when are you gonna buy one? And I was just like, never.
No.
I don't want your cursed houses.
Yeah, they all look cursed. I used to send you pictures.
I know.
Look at this cursed bitch.
Oh yeah, we would send each other. We were just like, this house is haunted. Like, we would just send each other appraisals, and we were like, this house is haunted.
100%.
100% haunted. Cursed land.
So the medium comes over. They hold a seance to talk to whatever spirit is in Annabelle, and they find out through this medium that it's a child spirit, a young girl named Annabelle that had a happy life on the land that the apartments were built on. And she remembers having like a great life and everything, but she just mysteriously wound up dead on the location of Donna's apartment. And Annabelle, through the medium, says that she really enjoys staying with Donna and Angie, and that she feels loved and she feels welcomed and she wants to stay there and she feels comfortable. So Donna and Angie say, okay, cool. You can stay because you feel welcomed and comfortable here, and you're a spirit of little girl. You can stay in the doll. Annabelle can stay.
Bitch, that's a mistake.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay.
So
Just white people shit.
yeah,
Like, it's just stupid white people shit.
in horror movies just being like, this house is lovely. Oh my gosh, look at that red paint on the wall. The realtor's like, that's blood. But
I say
love the
this
color.
as a stupid white person that, like, you remember when I told you about how my door opened up by itself in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
And I got up to check it because I'm an idiot?
Yep.
I remember you.
So after that, like the movement continues and everything, and stuff starts to escalate. Like the doll starts getting kind of creepier, more shifting around the house, and Lou does not like it at all. He's just like, I don't like this doll. It's evil. And you need to get rid of it. Donna's just like, no, it's a little girl. She wants to be loved. We're gonna love on her. She wants to stay in the apartment. Savannah's like, nope.
Call a priest, Lou. Get somebody else in there. I don't trust that first medium. I don't think they were receiving the right signals.
Mm-hmm. So Lou is like vocally just been like, no, fuck this shit. Like, there's more notes, there's more shifting. One night, whenever Lou's staying the night, he wakes up and he's paralyzed. And he's like looking around the room and stuff, like nothing's out of the ordinary. He just can't move. The sleep paralysis kind of situation. He's just like, oh, I can't move. Whatever. And he looks down to his feet and the Annabelle doll is there. And
nope.
It slowly starts to glide up his leg. I'm going to try to do this without laughing at Savannah's reaction.
I'm going to try to contain my reactions, but just know that internally I'm freaking the fuck out.
I want to close my eyes and do this, but at the same time, I want to watch both of your reactions. Okay, so.
If it makes you feel any better, I do not like this.
Okay.
At all.
That
and I know this story.
So he wakes up, he's paralyzed. Annabelle's at his feet and slowly starts to glide up his leg and is like kind of hovering, slithering just up his body until it stops on his chest. And he's just like, the hell? And then Annabelle starts to, like the little like doll arms just like wrap around his neck and starts to choke him out. And he says, harder, bitch. Actually, he doesn't say anything. I just wanted to crack that joke to relieve the tension because I know both of y'all are freaking out.
So, but it was all a dream, right? Everything's fine. Lou's okay. Is Lou okay?
I need to know Lou is okay.
He blacks out from oxygen, and then he wakes up in the morning, and Annabelle is not on his chest. Annabelle's not in the room, and he's just like, "That was a creepy ass nightmare. Fuck that." And again, he goes to Donna and Angie, and he's just like, "Get rid of the doll. It's evil and creepy. Don't like it." A couple weeks later or something, Angie and Lou are in the kitchen planning to go on a road trip. So they're looking at some maps, trying to figure out where they want to go and everything. Donna's at work. And then they hear somebody enter Donna's window and some rustling and noises in her room. So immediately they're just like, intruder alert! Go, 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 go! And Lou, being the great man that he is, takes the lead. He's just like, Angie, you stay here. I'm going to go take care of it because it's the 70s and there's a shit ton of serial killers.
Yeah, there are.
So he busts in the room and looks around and nothing out of the ordinary. There's nobody there, but there's Annabelle in the corner, face down. He's just like, okay. And as he approaches Annabelle, there's a heightened sense of fear, a heightened sense of dread, and hatred. And as he bends down to pick up Annabelle, he gets that weird feeling, like, you know, whenever there's like a neck breather, like standing right behind you, or somebody standing too close in the grocery aisle, and you can feel them like on you, and you're just like, back the fuck up. Like, thank God for social distancing, because now I don't have to deal with those people standing right behind me, where I don't have to like turn around and glare at them, being like, what are you doing in my ass? And so Lou turns around, being like, who's right behind me? Turns around, nobody's there. Nobody's in the room. And as he turns back to pick up Annabelle, there's a searing pain on his chest and abdomen that, like, he buckles down and falls to the ground, like holding his chest, and like can start to see blood through his shirt. And whenever he finally gets to the point to like lift up his shirt, he has 4 horizontal scratches and 3 vertical gashes, like bleeding, that are extremely, like, they're on fire. They're hot to the touch and just like there. And it's like fire, fire cloth.
It's time to break up with whoever he's dating. Like, it's time to break up. It's an I break up situation.
I'm telling you, like, sorry, sweetie, you're on your own. I'm out. Like,
yeah, like it's near the doll. Like, I mean, good God.
So, like, as he's like lifting up his shirt, they immediately start to heal. Like, the pain starts to go away, the fire goes away, and within 2 days, they're completely healed over and no signs of scars. And at that point, Donna and Angie are finally like, "Oh, okay, now we've had it."
Oh, okay. No, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Now you've had it.
Now. So they call a Presbyterian priest. He comes over and like kind of investigates and talks to them a little bit, and then is just like, "Oh no, we're going to need a higher power in this situation." And whenever I first heard that phrase, I was just like, "Yes, bitch, go to God." No, he goes to a different a higher priest in the order. He's just like, "Oh, okay, we need a higher power." I'm just like, "Jesus, I invite you into this space to fight this demon." No, okay, let's grab another priest. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's anticlimactic." So this other priest who's higher in the church comes over and like inspects everything. He's just like, "We're gonna need to call in some specialists on this." Enter Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. I mean, they're total frauds, but I love them.
Absolutely.
I love them.
Like, just like looking into this case and then like hearing some of their stuff, I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. We're gonna nitpick that later.
Yeah.
So they come in and they're like experienced demonologists and spiritual warrior people, occult specialists, something, whatever. They show up and they interview everybody there. They interview the priest and stuff. And Lorraine's just kind of like, "I recognize this demon. This demon loves attention. This demon wants attention." At this stage, the demon wants to possess a person. He's manipulating this doll so that way he can possess a human person. And the girls are just like, "Sweet, can we burn the doll now?" And they're just like, "That's not going to save you." Like, at this point of the infestation of the demon, even if you did burn the doll, like, you'd still have a problem with the demon.
so I was right. They should have like fucking like cut that shit right out at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Seeing it moving from room to room.
They shouldn't have invited it to stay in the doll. That's
You're
the
like,
thing.
"Yeah, you can stay in the doll." Wrong. No. You can stay in the doll if you paying all of our rent.
Because
bitch.
now the doll is a conduit. That's where they went wrong.
The doll is now an anchor of a spiritual presence that they have given space to a malevolent force that wants to like choke them in a non-kinky fun way.
Right.
So I gotta like mark my spade. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. So the girls are just like, "What can we do?" So with Ed and Lorraine and the 2 priests, they do a like sort of exorcism and stuff to separate the doll from the girls and like cleanse the house and everything, diminish this demonic presence. And then Ed and Lorraine are like, "We're gonna take this doll," because the girls are just like, "We don't want it anymore. Get rid of it now." They're like, "Get rid of it." Lou's happy as shit. He's just like, "Sweet, I can have my girlfriend back without freaky ass nightmares." Yay. So Ed and Lorraine take the doll back home. And Ed's just like, "We got a new car. I don't want to drive on the highway because I don't know what this doll's going to do." So keep in mind, they have a new car. Now, as they're driving home to their house in another place in Connecticut, I don't know the town, whatever. As they're driving home, like they're having a bunch of weird car issues. Like, the car wants to veer to the left into oncoming traffic. Like, the brakes aren't working quite well. There's some electrical systems kind of going on. They almost get into a wreck 3 times getting home. Why are you looking over your shoulder?
I saw something out of the corner of my eye. And I was like, "What the fuck was that?" It was my cat.
Your black cat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So At one point, they pull over, and Ed and Lorraine are both just like, fuck this doll. This doll's messing with our new car and trying to kill us. And so Ed makes the sign of the cross and throws some holy water on that bitch and be like, you need a bath. And then it stops, and they're able to get home. And whenever they get home, they lock the doll up in the box whenever they're not home. So they try to lock the doll up in the box whenever they're not home. Whenever they get home, the doll's somewhere else, and it's not in the box, and the box is unlocked. Either that or they'd be in another room. Like, whenever they were home, they didn't leave Annabelle locked away. And so Annabelle would just, like, mosey around the house and just be found, like, floating in the middle of the room, just kind of like, hello, welcome, time for dinner. And just kind of, like, floating there. And they'd just be like, Annabelle, what are you doing? Get down from there. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Rascal.
Oh, look at you. You're having so much fun. Look at you. You can float 4 feet off the ground, you big girl. You silly goose. Get down. And so that would happen. And also, whenever they brought Annabelle home, Annabelle brought a friend, a spectral black cat that would just randomly appear in whatever room that Annabelle was in. And like the Warrens at the time didn't have a black cat, supposedly, allegedly, whatever. And the black cat would like walk into the room and look at all of their stuff like in detail and be like looking at their demonology books, looking at their occult shit, looking at whatever they're investigating or working on, like look at it and be like, what you doing? What's going on? Maybe knock over a glass like a cat does and just be like, fuck that. And then go and sit next to Annabelle, wherever Annabelle was, like if Annabelle was locked in the case or not, and just kind of sit there and then just disappear from the head down, just like right in front of the Warrens.
Spooky.
So yeah, where's Gaz in your house?
She's right there.
Is that Gaz?
Yeah. Believe me, I know my bitch ass cat. Also, she's not like fully a black cat. She's got a little white spot right here, so I don't think it counts. It's fine.
Oh yeah, she does have that nice little like black cat bow tie.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, cuffed.
Mm-hmm. So at one point, they find out that Annabelle also does not like priests or people of the faith. Because at one point, the priest that they had, like one of the priests that was there for the exorcism of Annabelle the first time, had called them twice. And whenever he was calling, the house was full of this demonic growling, Lorraine says. And it's just like throughout the entire house. And she's like, what the hell is that? And then she goes to the answering. She's like, oh, we missed 2 calls, and like plays one. It's the priest. He's like wanting to come by and visit. And then in between that one and the second message that he left is the same demonic growling. Is this the point where Jade goes over to Annabelle and goes, bitch, stop it?
No, this is the point where I'm just like, I wouldn't have taken the doll either. Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided
They wanted to put it in their occult museum and sell some tickets.
hope it was worth it.
Play stupid games, get stupid prizes, you know?
Yup. Like demons growling on your answering machine. Yay! So the priest comes over and stuff, and they're talking and whatever. And at one point, he picks up Annabelle and is just like, you're just a stupid ragdoll.
Oh.
And like throws it down, and immediately Ed's just like, no.
What have you done?
Why did you do that? He's just like, it's just a doll. And he's just like, you don't, no. And so as the priest is leaving, he stops to give like Lorraine his goodbyes and stuff. And immediately she's just like, you call me whenever you get home. You let me know if there's any trouble along the way. Like, you drive as carefully as possible. And he's just like, don't worry about it. Like, everything's cool. Everything's fine. You're freaking out, bitch. And 3 hours later, the Warrens get a call from the priest. And he's just like, so why did you tell me to be careful and call you whenever I got home? She's just like, because you were going to have car problems. Like, you were going to get in a crash and possibly die. Like you might die today. He's just like, I just got into a crash that nearly killed me. So I think at that point, or a little bit before, is whenever the Warrens get like this special holy box to lock Annabelle in. And like, she stays in there and she's like, you ain't coming out, ho. You stay there. That's your box. No. And supposedly, since being in that box, like, because it's like made with holy wood and blessed by priests and rabbis and woo, all that fun stuff, Annabelle still like moves in the box. and like we'll shift positions and stuff and just be like, I want out of this box. I want to move around. Where's my cat friend? So they've got her in the museum, and I could not find dates for any of this stuff. Everything's just kind of like the Warrens being like, yeah, this happened at some point in time during our lives or whatever. So they've got the occult museum full of all their haunted artifacts and shit and stupid whatever crap. And one day this guy challenges Annabelle. And it's just like, oh, you're a haunted doll? Do something. Fuck me up. Do it right here, right now. Come on now. You're just a damn stupid doll. Some other workers of the museum and Ed and Lorraine's son-in-law like witnessed this, and they were just like, whoa, hold up, no, like you don't need to do that. And they contact Ed. Ed immediately goes and gets the guy and his girlfriend and be like, you need to leave. You don't do this to these things and stuff. You're just here to see him. Don't be challenging shit. No, don't do that. You need to leave. 3 hours later, he's on his motorcycle and has a head-on collision with a tree.
Damn.
And on that one, because there's a few people that I like, because I listen to a couple different podcasts and watch a couple different YouTube videos. One of the YouTube videos, the guy had a Raggedy Ann doll and like put her in positions that he was talking about. And like the one like had her like crawling up his chest for that one. And I was just kind of like, I know that's not the Annabelle doll. And I know you're doing a great job of video production in this stuff, but you need to cut that shit out right now, mister.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. We're just going to listen to audio, and turn my phone over and like continue to eat my lunch. And I was just like, we're not going to watch that. Nope. No, thank you. But like one of the podcasts I was listening to, the guy was just like, yeah, it's not like that. Like it's pretty easy to stay on a motorcycle, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, hold up. I know that's wrong because I've been riding motorcycles since I was a toddler. And so I called up my mom and I was like, Mom, you've been riding motorcycles all my life. How easy is it to crash a motorcycle? And she's like, it's pretty damn easy. Like you take a turn the wrong way, you hit some loose gravel, like there's a bump in the road, weather conditions, like if you have a passenger on the back, what they did, if they lean the wrong way, like you're fucked. Like boom, gone, done, whatever. Like, so that one I'm just kind of like, because I also did a lot of research into it and trying to find dates, times, people, whatever. All I could find was just, yeah, this dude taunted Annabelle, hit a tree, died, but his girlfriend survived. But throughout this entire story, like all of the people named and stuff have not come forward and release any kind of statements regarding it.
Bummer.
Yeah, but still a freaky deaky story. Also, this whole Annabelle thing happened 5 years after the Twilight Zone episode The Living Doll came out. So there is also that. And
nice
also,
yeah. There.
They're also tied to like the Amityville horror and a couple other supernatural things and have a lot of popularity in pop culture and Hollywood. And what Jade said earlier about them being a fraud. So yeah, take Annabelle with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Still a creepy ass story.
Yes, it is. I was thinking about doing Robert the Doll, which is another like haunted doll. That
yeah,
like,
he's in Key West.
Yeah, he's in Key West, and if you don't say hi to him, he'll curse you.
Yeah, and you have to ask his permission to take a picture of him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but you have to like, he's like somewhere where you have to like go into, right? Like you're not gonna just, okay, good. I was like, I've been in Key West.
Randomly come across like Robert the Doll's just going to be sitting on your porch being like, sup, bitch.
Yeah. Or like outside. I don't know.
Do something. He's holding hands with Annabelle walking down the street.
No. No.
Are you going to have nightmares now,
Savannah?
Even though your name is right there, I'm staring right at it, just being like, what is your name?
Nah, I'll be fine. I'll just watch Beauty and the Beast or something. It'll be fine.
Yeah, haunted objects moving around a castle.
It doesn't bug me for some reason.
Is it because they sing?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to post up pictures of all of our stories on Instagram.
Yes.
Or maybe we shouldn't post mine.
Excuse me.
Maybe it would be unwise to post mine, since apparently just looking at this painting can make you violently ill.
But you can go check it out if you want. Like,
yeah.
It's probably really easy to find.
We could do stick art fan art of it and be like, it kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Yeah, that's the Annabelle.
All right, y'all. So, what have you been working on this? Oh,
There's
what?
another one that I wanted to do because there was this haunted painting in New York that I really wanted to research because apparently it was like this Renaissance, like early Renaissance style painting that was done. And it's like huge. And in the 1980s, it went under like heavy restoration in a museum, and like two art restorers like witnessed like crazy things happening to the point to where they needed to call in some like paranormal investigators to check it out, and it led to a citywide hallucination.
What?
You don't know about that? I think like the dude in the painting is like Igor Valor or something.
Oh, that's Ghostbusters, you jerk.
Anyway.
My brother wanted me to do that, and we were about to go into something else. I was like, shit, I gotta tell the story.
I'm kind of mad at how long it took for me to get that.
Oh my god.
You
Got that
good?
side of the way. Yes, I'm good. That was great. Oh my god. Oh, I'm hot.
So, what have you guys been working on this week?
Well, I did exactly what I thought I was going to do, and I did Darktober for 3 days and then gave up.
Oh.
Yeah. You can always like pick it back up or just pick and choose the days you want to do or whatever.
Yeah, I just can't. I'm just not proficient like that. Like I can't do it that way. Like I try all the time, and after about the third day, I'm just like, nope, I don't care anymore.
It is hard. It's hard to crank out a new something every day.
Yeah.
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 But I've been loving seeing what you guys have been doing. Like y'all's haunted houses have been my favorite so far.
Yeah, that was, I think that one was the most detail and time I took into doing one of those. Because most of them this week have just been like, all right, cool. Like I've got like 20 minutes before I go down for bed. Like, let's just whip something out real quick. Whatever the first thought is to my head, just do it, be happy with it, post it on Instagram, move on with life. And like that style of like doodling or making art has been very freeing because like I'm getting more comfortable with just whipping something out and just being like happy with it.
I think that's kind of at least that's the way I'm using it. Like the goal for it is just like, hey, just do something and finish it. Like just finishing it, and just being like, here's what I did. And I might not be 100% happy with it, but I did something, like, which is a big deal for me because I definitely start a lot of things and never finish them, or I'll try to perfect something and just like abandon it because it's not going the way I want it to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, that's basically what I've been doing. Although I need to catch up. I think I'm like 2 behind or whatever. Yeah.
I didn't do the one for yesterday. So I forgot about it. And then I was going down for bed. And I was just like, maybe I should, I don't know. So after I get home from this, I'll probably bust out the 2 that I
Yeah, it's probably what I'll do. I actually think I have 3 that I need to catch up on. I don't know if I'll do them all. I'll do at least 2 of them probably. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good episode, you guys.
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Halloween, listener, because we're coming to
This is gonna be pretty close to Halloween, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
think
This
one
should
will be-
come out the week of Halloween.
Yeah.
This was a good one.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Right?
Well,
Stay strong. Keep making art. Keep
show
being
us your
creative.
art.
Stay away from Annabelle and maybe don't Google the Hands Resist Him. I think we can take that away from.
I actually Googled it.
Oh, you're so screwed.
I'm good.
I'm gonna.
All right. Well, I will see y'all next week.
All right.
Love you,
All right.
mean it. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Hi everyone! Thanks for listening to the Fanbrush podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. You can find us on Instagram at fanbrush.podcast. Come say hi, we would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep creating. Bye!